Welcome to News Today with WDW News Today. I'm Tom Corliss. Here now the news for June 11th, 2021.
In what is becoming a common event on Friday episodes of News Today, Disney has dropped a bombshell announcement after we recorded the whole show. So real quick, I'm going to fill you in on what's going on. Starting June 15th, face coverings will be optional for fully vaccinated guests in most areas of the Walt Disney World Resort. Face coverings will still be required for all guests on Disney transportation, including Disney buses, monorails, and aboard the Disney Skyliner. They will not be required on boats or ferries. While Disney will not require proof of vaccination, they expect guests who are not fully vaccinated to continue wearing face coverings in all indoor locations, as well as when entering and throughout all attractions and transportation. Guests must observe current policies, of course, until June 15th. So effectively, this sort of matches what Universal Orlando has done, where they no longer, masks are not needed for those who are vaccinated, but they're also not really checking either. The only difference here is Disney is still going to require them on those three forms of transportation. That is the only difference, and those are the only three places on Walt Disney World property where you will have to wear a mask. Now, again, they say you should be vaccinated. Will people follow that? Obviously, not everyone will, so it's your discretion. Obviously, you can wear masks if you'd like. On top of that, to go along with this, face shields are no longer required for Walt Disney World cast members in any position. Of course, cast members in indoor positions and some close contact positions were still wearing face shields lately. It is now no longer mandatory. I don't think they're going to let them wear them either, because what we've heard now is cast members indoors will be allowed instead to wear safety goggles instead of a face shield. Maybe they can still wear the shield. I don't know. But from the sound of it, it looks like shields are on their way out. And if indoor cast members want to, they can wear safety goggles instead. So in review, no more masks necessary at Walt Disney World if you're vaccinated, except on those three forms of transportation. Cast members no longer have to wear face shields anywhere at Walt Disney World. Okay, now back to the stuff we recorded earlier today.
As we recently reported, Ohana reopens on July 9th at Disney's Polynesian Village Resort, and the noodles are coming back. We now know that Disney has buckled and has put the noodles back on the menu. They put out a TikTok announcing the noodles were staying. Very exciting. We also now know the pricing for the meals. Breakfast will be $25 for adults, $14 for children. Dinner is $55 for adults, $33 for children. Obviously, all the other menu changes are still in effect, but at the very least, we know that the noodles will return. Disney buckled after everyone, pleaded and begged and annoyed them on social media. A couple days later, they were like, you know what? It cost us 10 cents more than the rice. You can have your noodles. Of course, again, the other changes still in effect, such as the peel and eat shrimp replaced by the shrimp casserole. The shrimp casserole is still on the menu, but I guess if you guys keep bothering them, maybe they'll buckle on that too. But good job, everyone. And if you want to celebrate this, if you have an Ohana reservation, they became available the other day. So if you have one and you want to represent your noodle love, of course, pick up the Ohana Means Noodles t-shirt from Carousel of Products at carouselproducts.com. It's the question everyone has asked since the reopening of the parks last summer. When will fireworks return to Walt Disney World? Well, the rumblings are that we should see some nighttime spectaculars lighting up the skies once again by July. According to cast members at the Magic Kingdom and Epcot, they have heard that fireworks would be back in both parks by or around July 4th. Obviously, July 4th is a popular night for fireworks at both of those parks, as typically special shows or end tags offered to guests for the American holiday. As for what shows would perform, well, the expectation is Happily Ever After would return at the Magic Kingdom, while Epcot would either temporarily run Epcot Forever or have a very early unexpected debut of the new show Harmonious, which, based on how frequent we are seeing fireworks tests right now, doesn't seem that crazy. They might almost be done with this show. Again, I take this all with a grain of salt, but it's worth noting that cast members have heard this, and there might be some truth to it then. It's coming through the grapevine, and sometimes that pans out. Since Walt Disney World reopened last year, FastPass Plus service has not been offered. However, with physical distancing changes and more now taking place, it seems like it might be time for the service to return, or maybe even a new paid format, which is the rumor that's been going around. This week, a My Disney Experience app update pointed to the return of FastPass, and that the word standby has been added to the posted wait times in the app, suggesting there is or will be an option other than standby. This may also indicate more virtual queues as well. Only time will tell. But this is a weird, odd change that would have to happen only if there was some reason to make this change. Otherwise, I'm not sure why they would add the word standby in. Brightline is facing pushback from the Central Florida Expressway Authority, local businesses, and residents regarding its proposal over the right-of-way for a future Orlando-Tampa route. The right-of-way designates the land for transportation services, and Brightline must secure a right-of-way by July 31st. Brightline is currently constructing a rail between Miami and Orlando, having recently reached the halfway point. The line would then run from Orlando International Airport to Tampa, with a Disney Springs station on the way. There are two proposed paths, one along Taft Vineland and one along State Route 417. Both would be approximately the same length, but the former would cost $2.12 billion, while the latter would cost only $1.03 billion. Brightline prefers the cheaper option, obviously. International Drive businesses and associations, including the International Drive Resort Area Chamber of Commerce, support the Taft Vineland route, which would be more profitable for them. Jay Madara, Senior Vice President of the PGA Tour, and Orange County Mayor Jerry Demings expressed concerns on June 10th about the cost and lack of data of both routes. Demings states additional funding would need to be secured if the Taft Vineland route is chosen. Due to the pandemic, Orange County's tourist development tax is not at a strong enough level to be a possible source. Quote, "It's fascinating to have a discussion about the other route, but someone is going to have to pay," Demings said. The International Drive Association and stakeholders shared a commissioned study by Watertown, arguing the Taft Vineland route would have a lower cost than Brightline's estimate. The new estimate includes a longer route of 17.17 miles instead of 16.7 miles at a cost of $1.01 billion to $1.23 billion, depending on if it's fully or partially elevated. The study also alleged that more properties would be impacted by the 417 route than the Taft Vineland route. Quote, "The study finds that the proper due diligence of this project has not been conducted and that the 528 Taft Vineland route provides a much more effective route option, with a station at the Orange County Convention Center to service the I-Drive corridor and the Southwest region," a letter from the Chamber of Commerce stated. Quote, "We believe that this route is both efficient, inclusive, and according to our financial analysis, is not nearly as costly as Brightline is projecting." Some also expressed concern about the 417 route's possible effects on the environment, quality of life, and noise pollution. This includes residents of Hunters Creek who have previously expressed opposition to the route. Director of Advocacy for Audubon, Florida, Charles Lee, supports the 417 route as the best way to transport travelers from the city to city, stating an I-Drive spot would be redundant. The current timeline for the Orlando to Tampa connection would have it completed by 2028 or 2029. But honestly, the more we talk about this, the less likely I think it's becoming. We'll see what happens. The reason I don't say that is some sort of commentary. I think the best way to look at things in theme parks, or in the rest of the world for that matter, is historical data. And plenty of high-speed rails have been pitched for the Orlando area with stops at Walt Disney World, and none of them have ever panned out. And so we're seeing history repeat itself again, all these concerns that other organizations have and that may stop this whole thing from happening. But we'll keep you in the loop as we know what's going on. When reopening the parks due to the pandemic, Disney Transportation had markers directing guests on how to space themselves out. Those markers have been removed from the small boats that transit guests between the Magic Kingdom and the Polynesian and the Grand Floridian resorts. All the stickers are gone, and you can sit wherever you like. No more spacing, all rows open. There you go. Disney After Hours Boo Bash is officially sold out for Halloween night. The event is Disney's replacement for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party this year. It features cavalcades, characters, and more. The event went on sale earlier this week, though guests had significant difficulty securing their tickets. It went on sale to resort guests, by the way. Prices range from $129 to $169 a night, while Halloween night was $199, and that's the one that is gone. Tickets are still available for all other nights. They're not on sale to the general public just yet, though. Only resort guests by phone. Today, we noticed new lights added to some of the trees in the hub of the Magic Kingdom, which may indicate plans for a new nighttime spectacular are moving forward. We first noticed the new lights in a tree near Casey's Corner Many trees in front of Cinderella Castle, of course, had lights into them. They've been there, I think, at least since Happily Ever After debuted. Of course, through the years, there's been lights in those trees for other reasons, too. But that being said, this tree did not previously have lights, and this is a whole new lighting system that starts on the trunk. It's a whole different, the wires are different colors. The lights start lower on the tree. So we firmly believe this is for Project Nugget, which is the 50th anniversary nighttime spectacular for the Magic Kingdom. Again, Disney has not yet announced that show, but work seems to be continuing for it, which is probably a good sign. Walt Disney World will be releasing a brand new Dooney & Burke bag collection this Monday, June 14th at Uptown Jewelers. The collection features printed designs from the iconic It's a Small World, includes 3 different styles, a satchel, a tote, and a wallet wristlet. Team Stitch is all over the place lately at Walt Disney World and Disneyland Resort. This week we spotted more merchandise finds with the character in the Star Trader at Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom, and as well the World of Disney in the Downtown Disney District in Anaheim. The new items include a hoodie, shirts, hats, car decals, luggage tags, and more, even Pandora charms on sale. Check out pictures and prices of all these items at WDWNT.com. 5 new Magic Keeper clips have arrived at the Emporium in Magic Kingdom. They feature a rose gold Cinderella castle, Stitch, Mickey, Minnie, and my personal favorite, a Walt Disney World Parks icon key that has all 4 parks on it. Pretty neat. Magic bands aren't your style. You could use these instead. They're an alternative to Magic bands. Of course, Magic bands still not going anywhere, though. These all retail for $29.99 each. In our latest look at the creation of the Creation Shop at Epcot, Imagineering Zach Ridley has shared photos of dichroic materials that'll be used in the store. Dichroic materials appear to change color with different lights and angles. These resin fixtures are translucent and will act as accents throughout the shop. Meanwhile, aluminum foam panels behind the dichroic fixtures will create more texture. Keep getting these little teases of the new shop that'll open this summer, replacing Mouse Gear. A major power outage hit Animal Kingdom again yesterday, causing most attractions to shut down for the second time in a week. Most attractions were down, and in fact, many didn't return until much later in the day. Some didn't open at all. But again, second time this week this has happened. With Father's Day around the corner, a new holiday cupcake has arrived at Animal Kingdom. The Father's Day cupcake features Bambi and his father, the great prince of the forest. The Father's Day cupcake is $5.99 and is a vanilla cupcake with chocolate chip cookie dough, buttercream filling, caramel frosting, and an edible image. The full review is on our website. This is probably more tasteful than a Bambi Mother's Day cupcake would have been. No, I'm thinking of the wedding cake they have for Haunted Mansion at Disneyland with the blood splatter. Never mind. Let's move on. Family show. Animal Kingdom is known, of course, for its animal print merchandise and treats. A new lightweight Spirit jersey has joined the fray. It has leopard print. The black Spirit jersey has leopard print on its sleeves. The Mickey Mouse on the chest is wearing leopard print shorts. Very daring, Mickey. The back of the Spirit jersey features the Walt Disney World logo printed in leopard print. We found it at Island Mercantile for $69.99. The new Disney Parks Designer Ear Collection ear headband by Carly Kloss arrived at Ever After Jewelry Company today in Disney Springs for $98. It sold out relatively quickly. The ears are inspired by the next generation of female coders, which is a thing that the model has. It's one of the causes. I know she has an organization that helps girls get into STEM programs. Unfortunately, only 50 were available. Again, sold out real quick, though more may come into stock later. The transparent ears light up with blue circuit lines and are rechargeable via USB cable. The plush bow is light blue. And like all designer collection ears, these come in a special box. Although that wasn't a thing for a while, they came in a bag for a little while, too. Twitter user Whalebait99 shared this morning that arcades at Walt Disney World are finally reopening for the first time since the pandemic. Pre-pandemic, the arcades were a popular spot for families to spend time outside the parks, but now Disney is reopening these places with limited capacity, allowing only single players or one travel party per arcade machine. I mean, that's pretty much how arcades work to begin with, but nice to see these back. They're back at the value resorts, at least for now. I assume they'll be back at other resorts very soon. While taking a break from saving the world over at Avengers Campus, we decided it was the perfect day for some shopping on Buena Vista Street. And Elias & Company, we found a new apparel collection featuring the sweet style of Daisy Duck. The collection includes a denim jacket, denim shorts, a blouse, and a crop top. You can see pictures and pricing at dlnewstoday.com. Most of it sold out already because people love Daisy, and there's never really been a Daisy clothing line. This is a first. Yesterday, we tried out some new festive beignets for fruity cereal lovers out there, or, people that like Fruity Pebbles. But Ralph Brennan's Jazz Kitchen apparently didn't have the rights to say Fruity Pebbles. But nonetheless, Ralph Brennan's Jazz Kitchen, which specializes in quick service Cajun and Creole food, carries original New Orleans beignets in various quantities. Now they offer seasonal glazed beignets, and the current one is the Fruity Crunch glazed beignets, which come 4 to an order for $12.99. They're slathered in blueberry lemon icing and sprinkled with fruity cereal crunch on top. Head on over to dlnewstoday.com for the full review. A new video released by Disneyland Paris shows cast members welcoming guests back to the resort, which opens in just a few days. The video features masked cast members getting dressed in their uniforms and affixing it to their name tags and opening the themed doors of Disneyland Paris back to guests, including Hotel New York, The Art of Marvel. It's worth a view. It's very, very cute. With that highly anticipated reopening of Disneyland Paris next week, guests are also eager for the debut of the new Cars Road Trip attraction at Walt Disney Studios Paris. And as you know, no one is more eager than I. Disney has been offering us sneak peeks of this attraction recently and shared another today. They have a really cool YouTube video where they talk about the development process of the attraction and the hurdles that the team in Paris had to overcome thanks to COVID. Of course, Cars Road Trip is a replacement for the former Studio Backlot Tour. We also got a look at some really cool images today of all the different characters that'll appear along the way in the attraction, representing the legendary highway of the American Southwest. We have Lightning McQueen and Mater racing down the highway by the attraction sign in the new the key advertising art, which was put out in a poster form as well. Meanwhile, we get to see the attraction signage shining in the sunlight. Lightning McQueen in a lug nut, and Luigi and Guido are there as well. We have the Dynaco truck that appears to be in for some trouble along Cars Catastrophe Canyon. And of course, Mater, excited to see guests for his big debut in the attraction. And so is Fillmore, for that matter. Again, Cars Road Trip officially opens on the 17th. Don't worry, we will bring you the opening of this attraction. We cannot wait to show you this wild and wacky overlay. Disneyland Paris has also revealed a list of the selfie spots that'll be available upon reopening, where guests can take physically distant selfies with beloved characters. While the list doesn't mention what characters will be there, this is where you'll need to go. They did release a cute video, though, with Goofy and Max touring the various selfie spots, although Goofy didn't really succeed at the photography. And Disneyland Paris, the selfie spots will be at the Liberty Arcade, Town Square, Ribbons and Bows Hat Shop, Casey's Corner, Plaza Gardens Restaurant, Colonel Hathie's Pizza Outpost, Cowboy Cookout Barbecue, and Videopolis, plus a selfie spot with Mickey and the gang, and a Dark Side selfie spot. At Walt Disney Studios, the selfie spots include the Animagique Theater, Animation Celebration, and Studio Theater. Also at the studios will be a Disney and Pixar selfie spot that will include new designs to meet our Pixar pals, which may hint at the arrival of new Toy Story character designs that were first introduced earlier this year in Hong Kong. Maybe something else. Who knows? See what happens. Also, there will be no lineup system via Lineberty, and Superhero Station meetings will be accessible only to guests of Disney's Hotel New York, The Art of Marvel, with the exclusive presence of Spider-Man. If you're staying at the hotel, you can book your slot directly on the Disneyland Paris app. Our friends at Outside Ears have provided a new look inside the Iron Man roller coaster that is replacing Rock and Roller Coaster Avec Aerosmith at Walt Disney Studios. The Paris version of Rock and Roller Coaster, and consequently the Iron Man coaster, had the exact same layout as the Florida ride. But in this photo, we can see a crew installing support structure for screens. These screens will allow Iron Man and Captain Marvel and more to fly by alongside your roller coaster train when the ride opens as part of the Paris Avengers Campus sometime in the future. With Disney's Hotel New York, The Art of Marvel finally opening on June 21st, more and more information is trickling out. And now we have the full menus for both the Manhattan restaurant and the downtown restaurant. You can check out the full menus at WDWNT.com. Of course, full coverage of the resort and all of its offerings is coming. We will have someone there to cover it all starting June 21st. Disneyland Paris has partnered with the Bell Group, manufacturers of processed cheeses such as Baby Bell, The Laughing Cow, and Curie, for a new strategic alliance. Per a Disneyland Paris press release, Through a long-term alliance, Disneyland Paris will leverage the strength of Belle's products and branding to provide guests with new and original dining options, as well as enhanced themed snacking experiences. Oh boy. The partnership will be reflected in new on-site brand activations, where the unique identity of Belle brands, such as Mini Baby Belle and the Laughing Cow, will be woven into the park's storytelling for an immersive and engaging experience. For example, guests exiting the brand new Cars road trip, oh yeah, this ride gets better, can enjoy the Laugh and Go food truck, offering a fun-filled pit stop for snacks created by the Disneyland Paris chefs with Laughing Cow cheese. I cannot wait. As for Mini Baby Belle, the unmistakable bite-sized cheese designed to encourage the whole family to join the fun of healthy snacking, will have a unique role in celebrating the Marvel franchise in dedicated high-traffic locations throughout the resort. Across the Disneyland Paris Resort, guests will savor Belle cheeses in a variety of forms, including recipes specially prepared by Disneyland Paris' chefs, like crunchy croque monsieurs, surprisingly scrumptious soups, and even high-end delicacies. Yeah, because you know what the French love? Processed cheese. That's what they're known for in France. A third experiential brand integration showcasing the beloved Kiri brand and the superpower of kindness will be unveiled in the coming months. The fun also continues outside the resort as the partnership enables Belle and Disneyland Paris to orchestrate joint marketing and communication campaigns throughout Europe. For more information on these stories and more, head on over to WDWNT.com. This program is brought to you by our official travel agent sponsor, The Vacationeer, the engineers of your next magical vacation. Sit back and let their team of vacation planning experts craft your family's next trip. The best part, their services are free. Visit WDWNT.travel for details. The Vacationeer, the official travel agency of WDWNT. If you're enjoying the show, be sure to like this video, subscribe to WDW News Today on YouTube for more great content, and click the bell for notifications. Also, make sure to hit select all notifications so you never miss an episode of the show. For the worldwide leader in Disney Parks news, this is Tom Corliss saying, enjoy the rest of your today, and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.
Welcome to Deep in the Plus. Each week we take a different movie or TV show from the Disney Plus vault and we tell you the history, the details, we give you our review, and we tell you if it's worth your time. Catch Deep in the Plus every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern on WDWNT Entertainment.